Now this is a story all about when I smoked a little green and I started tripping. What's cracking? I'm Roosevelt and thanks for tuning in to another video. As you can see, I do have a blanket on and this is the story time blanket, which means this video is definitely going to be a very juicy story time. This story time is about the first time I smoked marijuana and I started tripping on it. But before we get into that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below to subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell next to it because this will not be the last story time and you will certainly want to hear more. Whew. All right. So this story time is about the time that I smoked too much weed and got too high and I started tripping. I had a panic attack. So I met this girl when I was 15 years old, and of course I was doing stuff that I shouldn't have been doing, like smoking weed, drinking a little bit, hanging out with people that were like way in a different age category. I'm 15, but I'm hanging out with people, 18, 19 years old, and they in the streets and stuff. But anyway, that's beside the point. So I met this girl when I was 15 years old, and I didn't really know much about her. Like my cousin told me, hey, you should really talk to this girl. This was around the time that I first came out. And I'm like, all right, I ain't never had a girlfriend, but okay, I'll talk to her, give me her number. But she didn't really tell me anything about her. She told me that she was older, but she didn't tell me really like her age or anything. She just told me to talk to her. So I did, and we started talking, and we started hanging out, and I lied about my age. But that's for another story. I lied about my age, and we was kicking it heavy. Like, I didn't even know how to tell her that I wasn't even the age she thought I was. I can't even remember what age I told her, but she definitely thought that I was a lot older. And shit, we did a lot of things together. We was smoking, drinking, partying together, the usual. And it comes the time for my birthday, my 16th birthday, and we were smoking, and we smoked. And we smoked a lot. We used to smoke all the time, so it wasn't my first time getting high. But I feel like this day, I think I was just doing too much. I think I smoked way over my limit because we smoked. I got tired. I laid down in the bed. I'm like, all right, I'm going to try to go to sleep. I felt my heart beating a little fast. I just felt like maybe I was just too high and I was tired. So I'm laying there trying to go to sleep. And all of a sudden, I feel like my breathing is slowing down slowly. And I have asthma. My asthma was a lot worse back then. And I'm like, damn, am I having an asthma attack? I never had one before, but I thought that maybe I was having one. So I start breathing hard and I start to freak out because I'm like, oh man, I think I'm having an asthma attack. I don't have an inhaler. She's going to call the ambulance and she's going to find out how old I am. I was so worried about her finding out how old I was, because they would have came to my house and my father was a firefighter. So, everybody would have known that I was doing something I shouldn't have been. And I'm like, shit, man. So I'm freaking out. I just keep panicking. I'm breathing all hard. I'm like, I can't breathe. And man, I was freaking out so bad. I feel so bad talking about it now because I really wasn't shit. I just should have never been over there. And I feel bad. But I was panicking and they came and, the paramedics came and they asked me my name, all the stuff that they ask you, name, date of birth, what's wrong, trying to figure out who you are to see if give you some medication. And I told them, they asked me for my birthday and I told them my birthday, but I told them the wrong year. The year to match the age that I was lying about because she was standing right there in front of me like she was worried. And they looked me up. They walked away for 5 minutes or so. And then they came back and was like, that's not your birthday. We can't find you. When is your birthday? And I looked at her and I was still freaking out on the inside, but I wasn't panicking no more. I looked at her and I'm like, I told her my real birthday here. And 1993. And she just looked at me like she was so mad at me, but she didn't say nothing. She was mad. She stood there until the ambulance left. She walked in the house, sat with me for a while, and then I left, and she went off on me. Because, man, but that's a different story. The point of the story is that that was the worst trip of my life. Like I really felt like I was dying. I was having a panic attack, and I really think that I got too high. Thank you so much for letting me share this story. If you've had a similar story, go ahead and drop it below. I would love to laugh. I would love to read it. Because we all been there, especially people who actually smoke weed. We've been there. So I want to hear your story. But go ahead and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and give this video a big thumbs up because I will be bringing you more juicy story times. There's so many story times that fall along that timeline. Like, y'all don't want to miss it. So thank you. Bye.